Hey guys, in this course I will be teaching you everything you need to know to get started programming in Python. Python is an amazing and easy to learn language. Python is used in machine learning, neural network concepts, and also in deep learning algorithms. Python is used in web development. As I said, Python is used has a wide applications and it can be used everywhere. You can see in my previous videos and a lot of stuff in my channel like this one as an English to English translator in Python or a voice controlled Wikipedia or making a voice which can be issue based on time, and also this ultimate artificial intelligence software which can be made using Python like Jarvis. You can follow this playlist of beginners and after that you will be ready to make this Jarvis program, and I will be also uploading the videos of how to make Jarvis. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. So now we will install the program. So first let me uninstall Visual Studio Code. So I will be uninstalling Visual Studio Code, and I will also uninstall Python app from my Visual Studio Code. Running Python in our system. So we will write python.org and it will take you to the website, or you can simply write Python in Google and it will search the Python website, and you can go to the downloads and download the latest version, that is 3.96, or you can also download the previous versions of Python here, but I will suggest you to download the latest version of Python because it will have new features and updates. Every update will have a new feature, right? So it will give you a new one more features. So download the latest version of that. Now we will install Visual Studio Code in Python, which is a IDE for running Python. I will tell you what is IDE. So first let's download the Visual Studio Code. So when we come to the Visual Studio Code's website and go down here and click on this Windows and download according to your OS. Install the system installer. So I have 64-bit, so I will install for 64-bit. If you have 32-bit, you need to install according to that. So we'll click in 64-bit and it will start downloading. Till that time, we will see where is our Python installer that is in downloads. The Python installer has already, the Python 3.9.6 has already been installed, so let's check that. So we will open this Python 3.6 3.9.6, and here we will first you need to check on this, add Python 3.9 to path, and if you want to customize you can customize already optional features, all that checkboxes, and advanced option installed for all users, and after this you can install that basically, and you need to click yes. It, so you can see after the setup is complete, it will show setup was successful. So you just so after the downloads is complete, so just click show in folder and open VS Code setup. So after you click VS Code setup, so it will, you need to click on yes, and after that you need to accept the agreement, click on next and again next, and here click on next, and here create a desktop icon, add open code with action, Windows Explorer, file context, click on all the checkboxes and go to next, and here just click install. So it will start installing. So by the time this installs, I will tell you what is IDE. So IDE is basically integrated development environment. which helps in executing and running the Python programs or other languages, programming languages to run. So for example, here our IDE is Visual Studio Code. So this is our Visual Studio Code. You can keep the themes of Studio Code as you want, like light, dark, or high contrast. You can also check out more themes which are out here and set the best one which you want. And you also have a language support and much more in Visual Studio Code. So make sure you check out that. So in here we will first install some extensions named Python, and here I've already installed, so I will show you how to install. As it opens, just click on install and it will start installing, and it will be installed for this computer, and you're ready to go with the program to start writing programs in Python. So here it is showing no Python interpreter is selected, so you need to select the Python interpreter. So you will click select Python interpreter and click on this Python 3.9.6 bit, and now you need to restart this Visual Studio Code. So you can see that Python interpreter is selected over here as you restart this uh, Visual Studio Code. So now I am in here in my Visual Studio Code. In this Visual Studio Code, you can open any folder, open file, or make a new file. So let's open a folder. So let's select this new folder. So now in here you can make a new file like drawing shape.py. So every extension in Python needs to be stored with the .py extension. You can see here. If I write dot c, it will get to C function. If we write dot html, it will change the icon, and if we write dot js, that is JavaScript, will change. So we need to write dot py extension, which is for Python. So this is the basics, and in Visual Studio Code there are edit function, selection, and much more. This is about IDE, which is IDE. IDE is basically an integrated development software which helps to run the Python programs and execute all the functions. So in here, this is the interpreter for Python, and you need to select the Python 3.9 interpreter which you have already installed in Python in your computer. And these are the extensions. So suppose your computer doesn't take the interpreter, so you need to install the Python interpreter from. So in next tutorial we will see how to draw shapes. In this tutorial I will be showing you the bare basics of Python. So in this video we will be programming some stuff and some program. So let's get started with the program. So here we will write print, and we will be printing some values here. So anything written inside the quotation marks is and stored inside this is a string. So let's try to draw a shape out of that. So using Visual Studio Code for Python is very easy and faster. You can see that how fast I can draw all these shapes over here using just simply replicating the lines. So you can see how fast I can replicate the lines. This is because in here the settings, the keyboard shortcuts I've enabled just copy line down. I will show you that. So over here you can see that. So here this function I've given it, you can also edit this. So I've given it as control D, and which is copy line down shortcut. So you can see you can search any shortcut over here and edit it according to you. So this Python program states that it will first print this first line and then the second line. So in Python programs, their sequence matters a lot. So in this string, this Python will also execute and print this all the statements written inside this quotation mark. So it will all even print the spaces between this. So let's try to run this code. So you can see that it even prints the spaces present over here and here and down there. So this is the first basic course of Python, and in the next tutorial I will be showing you how to store variables in Python and different types of variables like number types and strings and booleans. So make sure you watch them, follow the playlist.